What's up everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to share 5 common mistakes that a lot of buyers make. I've been working in real estate for 8 years, and these are occurrences that I continue to see. So I'd like to share them with you so that you don't make these mistakes. Stay tuned. So reason number 1 would be, don't get stuck on small cosmetic imperfections such as tacky paint or lack of a nice garden or maybe a tacky floor or a dirty floor. Those are all things that can be fixed later on at usually a very small price. You know, I've had a lot of buyers who go into a house and get so stuck on that and oversee that it's maybe has a perfect floor plan, that the neighborhood is great, that it's going to have the school district that you're looking for, and they can't seem to overlook these small cosmetic issues that come with the house. Instead, focus on things like the location. Like I mentioned, if the location is where you want, work around that. Be flexible with it, because it's going to be worth it. You're going to be in the location that you want. You're going to be in the neighborhood. You're going to have the schools. You might be close to your mom and dad, which is what you're looking for. And you want to make sure that you're also getting the floor plan that you're needing. Focus on that as well. If you're looking for a split floor plan or a one-story house that has 3,000 square feet, these are all things that are worth analyzing, okay guys? Don't get stuck on the small things. That is mistake number 1. I've seen a lot of people regret later on not going for it because they didn't know how to overlook. And mistake number 2 is buyers don't take the time to visit the neighborhood on different times of the week, different times of the day, and they don't take the time to see what the actual street traffic is like in that area. For example, if you're buying a house that is on a main avenue or close to a main avenue, you may want to go by that neighborhood at 6 o'clock in the morning or when there's school to see how long it's going to take you to get out of that house. Or maybe you're not even on a main avenue, you're inside of, you have a private street, but then Waze is now redirecting people into your neighborhood to avoid the highway. That's happening more and more now. So it is really important to take the time that once you've already, you spotted a house you like, go a few times, go at night, go in the morning, go during the day, and then take a look at that and see. Also, it'll give you an opportunity to see what the lighting is like in the neighborhood, what the overall vibe is. Is it a loud street? Is it a busy street? Those things are all really, really important, guys, to look at. And I have a lot of buyers who don't take the time, don't consider that. Then they close on the house and then they're living there and then they hate life. It takes them forever to get to work because they didn't calculate any of that when putting in their contract and signing on the dotted line. So mistake number 3 is I have a lot of buyers that don't bother checking out the noise that you may have in that neighborhood. And that kind of ties into mistake number 2. But basically, if you're buying where there's an association, you may not have to worry about it so much because usually associations have rules, regulations that everybody has to abide by. And typically it means you can have a party every, you can have a party every weekend, but you may not be able to have the music on so loud. I mean, everyone is more aware of the overall code of conduct that needs to happen when you're living in a community with an association. But if you're buying in a neighborhood that doesn't have an association, I specifically recommend that you look at this because there's really no one that's going to tell them other than the cops that they have to turn their music down past 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or however it is, depending on where you live. So I recommend that when you've picked out the house that you're kind of looking at, go to the neighborhood, talk to the other neighbors, find out what everyone's like there. If you're someone that doesn't care that there's music, maybe you like to party too, and then you don't really have a problem. But, I had a buyer one time that moved into a condominium, and he didn't factor in that his condo was facing a restaurant directly across the street. That restaurant would play the music until 5 o'clock in the morning every single weekend. My buyer lived in his condo 6 months and then he sold it because he had to wake up to go to work every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he was a light sleeper. I mean, he even went to the extent of changing his sliding glass door to a hurricane impact one, 3 inches thick, and he still was not able to sleep in his bedroom because of the noise. He fought with the city. I mean, he tried to do everything and there was no way that he could fight against the restaurant. So these are things that are really important when you're picking out a location. You know, look at everything around it. Or you may have a teenage band that practices in the garage. You know, are you gonna be okay with that? So only you know that, only you know what your limits are. And so, but it is important because once you bought that house, you're stuck with that house until you put it back on the market. Mistake number 5 is do inspections. I have a lot of buyers who see a house and they're like, no, I'm gonna get it. I love it. I'm gonna make all the repairs. I can't afford anybody to take it. Okay, that's great. If you know that you're gonna buy that house because you absolutely love it, buy it. Buy it as is, but do your inspections. Why? Because inspections are gonna at least tell you that in another 2 years, you're gonna need to change the roof on the house. And now you know you need to budget for that. Or if it's got cast iron plumbing, like we do a lot in South Florida, you know that you probably are gonna need to get complete new plumbing done, that you're gonna have to tear out the floors, you're gonna need new floors, new walls. I mean, it's a major job. I mean, if you love the property that much and the neighborhood makes sense, go for it. But do your inspections so you can anticipate what the repairs are gonna be in the long run. Aside from the fact that inspections are also a good bargaining chip. So that also gives you an opportunity to ask for credits. And if that seller really wants to negotiate, he'll also make it happen. And for those of you who stuck around for all 5 points, I have bonus number 6. And that is, do not, I repeat, do not, while you're in the middle of buying a house, open new lines of credit. Do not do that. When a loan officer qualifies you, they look at all of your debt, they look at your income, they look at your credit score, and that's what they base the qualification on. Those numbers are the ones that are used to determine what you can afford every single month. So if you're under contract, you're past inspections, and you're a week away from closing, and all of a sudden you decide you want to go buy a new car, guess what? You just shot yourself in the foot, because a lot of these lenders, if not all, they check your credit and everything 2 or 3 days before you close. So if when you started the process, you qualified for $3,000 because you had really little debt, and all of a sudden you went and you bought a new car and now you have a $500 payment, guess what? Not only did your credit score go down, but your debt to income ratio also changed. So you don't know how many times I've seen this happen, and then the buyers are like looking crazy, like come on guys. I mean, your realtor should have already told you that. Your loan officer should have already told you that. But if nobody told you, I'm telling you, do not do it. That is the number 1 mistake I see. And after that, all I see is tears. So don't do that. And those are my top 6 mistakes actually that buyers make when looking for a house. I hope this was helpful information. And guys, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with all your friends, and comment below. And today I'll leave you with the question of the day. And that is, have you ever bought a property and did you get the proper coaching from your loan officer? Did they go over all these things with you, particularly number 6, which was how to take care of your credit throughout the process of buying a house? Leave your comments below, and I'll see you guys all next week.